We are back. Sam Seder on the Majority Report on the phone. The Intercept's D.C. Bureau Chief, Ryan Grimm. Hello, Ryan. Welcome back to the program.
Always good to be here.
Ryan, you and Li Fong had a big piece. It was about 2 weeks ago now. And I know we did talk about it on Ring of Fire, but wanted to talk a little bit more, not just about the piece itself, but sort of the broader implications of something like this. But you did a bit. Well, just give us a sense of like what the reporting here was involved in this.
So, I mean, part of it was easy. It just took a lot of time.
I'm sorry. Ryan? Did you switch to a speakerphone?
Hold on.
Sorry. Here we go, folks.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's so much better, buddy.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
I mean, part of it was, this was not difficult to do. It just took a long time because but all of this is happening very much out in the open. It was just connecting a bunch of dots from district to district around the country. The DCCC has been, helpful in the sense that they've, in 18 races so far, they've actually publicly endorsed the candidates. So you don't have to, read the tea leaves or, look at the debate schedule, or have access to some, secret contract written between a campaign and a party organization to try to piece together which candidate is getting the support of the party because they're publicly announcing it. And in other races, they make it clear as well by having by one candidate gets all of the Democrats in the congressional delegation plus the governor to endorse them, for instance. So you look around the country and you see this happening, and that would be one thing if there was only one Democrat in the race and they're all rallying behind him or her to then beat the Republican in the general election. But then you look closer and you see that there are actual challengers to them who have full staffs, who have thousands of volunteers behind them, who have thousands of small donations that are coming in, giving them war chests that are in some cases actually greater than the centrist candidate that the party is getting behind.
All right, so I mean, let's also just make it clear when we say the DCCC, we're talking about tell us who the DCCC is relative to, say, let's say the DNC or the Senate version of the DCCC, just so we get a sense of like what entity we're talking about.
That's the House campaign arm. So their only job is to recruit House candidates, help them fundraise, help them train, help them with media resources, and set strategy for the midterm campaign. And it's run by Nancy Pelosi, who actually there was a revolt in the caucus, Democratic caucus this year. So the party insisted on being able to elect the chair of the DCCC, but only one person ran, and it was Ben Ray Lujan, Pelosi's pick. So for all intents and purposes, she's still picked the head of it. But greater intents, like she does a lot of the fundraising for it, and she calls the shots. So this is her organization, responsible for bringing Democrats back into the majority.
And all right, so traditionally, has what is the relationship between the DCCC and the DNC? What is the relationship there?
I mean, they're buddies. The DNC its job is supposed to be to build up the state parties and then run the presidential campaign. The DSCC, that's the Senate arm. Their job is to elect Senate candidates, and then the DCCC is the job is to do the House. Now, all of them are wings of the party, and they work together. So you'll have situations where the party collectively decides that there should be more resources moved into X Senate race, and so money will flow that way. Or these 4 House races are more important, and so money can flow in that direction. So during the off years, the DNC is supposed to be more important in raising money and building up the state parties, and then during the election years, the DCCC and DSCC, they lean in on the individual races, and now they all have super PACs that are kind of aligned with them. The DCCC has what's called the House Majority PAC, which is a kind of an independent super PAC that doesn't coordinate with candidates, but it looks at races and can pump several $1 million in the final weeks or whenever they want into a race.